So what I do in the first month of the year, first 4 or 5 weeks, I'll go to the NFL standings on Monday when I get in and kind of see who did I whiff on? Like, who did I really whiff on? And I think the one team so far is the Raiders. I had them as a 7-win team, last place. I didn't like their defense. They couldn't generate a pass rush. And I felt like Derek Carr was the life preserver. I didn't know if Gruden was working, Mayock was working. And all I knew is the tight end Waller was great and Derek Carr was exceptional. And I know y'all hate Derek Carr, whatever it is. But here's something interesting. He completed the ball to 9 different targets. Now, as much as I was impressed with Green Bay, let's be honest about the Packers. It's all Devontae Adams. Every big throw is to Devontae Adams. Every single one. The Raiders, Derek Carr, this game was wildly entertaining. I whiffed on the Raiders. 9 different targets, 500 yards against Miami's defense. They won a shootout with Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. And there are certain things that really matter in this league when you look at quarterbacks. And this is why I defended for years Tony Romo. Tony Romo's quarterback rating in the 4th, when you often have to throw trailing, is the 4th highest of all time. Tony Romo could play. Derek Carr, his 4th quarter passer rating this year is 127. Virtually perfect. And that's different. Anybody can be good in the first quarter. The plays are schemed. Often you set the first 8 to 12 plays. It's your best plays. You want to get a lead because 70% of the teams that lead in the first half win the game, right? So coaches want to take leads into halftime. Everybody looks great with a great coach in the first half. First 12 plays, Jared Goff against Aaron Rodgers looked great in the first. Jameis Winston. What do you do in the 4th? Derek Carr. Now, Aaron Rodgers, and he deserves it, is going to get love for a week off those 2 completions. And he deserves it. Derek Carr has done that 3 weeks in a row. They got 500 yards against Miami's defense. He beat Lamar Jackson in a shootout. And, say what you want about Pittsburgh. That defense, pretty good. Derek Carr, before it got all injured up, ate it apart. So, and he's doing it until yesterday with no running game. The offensive line for the Raiders, it's hit and miss. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's a little hit and miss. It was better yesterday. And he's doing most of this big throwing late in games where he's got to throw it and everybody knows he's throwing it. So I just watched, you can do a lot wrong in this league. It's really funny. You really can. I mean, Pete Carroll has missed on a lot of first-round picks. Bill Belichick has missed on a lot of draft picks. I don't love the Raiders drafting. Outside of Josh Jacobs, a running back, I don't like their first-round picks. But you know where they've hit is Gruden has gotten the very best out of Derek Carr. And John Gruden deserves credit. Derek always had talent. John, did you see him on the sidelines yesterday? He is every comment. Because Gruden's reputation was he doesn't like any of his quarterbacks not named Rich Gannon. And he has given Derek Carr a lot of positive vibes. He's got his back. He's really communicating with him, and they've hit on receiving targets. That's what the Raiders have done. They've got a lot of guys who can run and catch, and this league is changing. I mean, Belichick's the best defensive coach in the history of the game and the best coach. He can't score, can't win. Can't score. Doesn't matter. That's the league. And the Raiders, they can move the ball. A lot of targets, move the ball, 500 yards every week. I swear to God, Vegas, you need luck to win in Vegas, not even talking about sports. But how lucky that the Raiders are a mess forever, and they finally land in Vegas, and the first year you can get people into the stadium, they're one of the best watches in the league. The hockey team arrives first year. They're great. I mean, Vegas forever, we thought they should have pro sports, right? And there was this stigma, you can't gamble even though we knew everybody gambles. And they get the hockey team, the Golden Knights, home run, well run, exciting. And they get the Raiders. And the first year they can put fans in the stands. This is one of the best watches in the league. They're a little rebellious. They're a little counterculture. They're a little different. Here's Gruden after the game.
I don't apologize for winning these games, no matter how we won them. But when you're down 14-0 and score 25 unanswered in the NFL against a team like that, something's going right.
Yeah, the offense is. You get the quarterback right, you elevate him. Usually coaches get in and they want to flush out their people, right? Like I want to get my GM and my quarterback and my this and my that. Gruden, he deserves credit for this. He looked at Derek Carr, and he said this 2-3 years ago. He's like, you can win a lot of games in this league with Derek Carr. And he has gotten the very best out of Carr, who's always been a guy whose confidence is sort of fleeting. Like the knock on Carr from the NFL people I know is always he's been a little Kirk Cousins. Like, does he believe in himself? In big games, Kirk Cousins shrinks. And Derek Carr's always felt he's got the talent. Now, I think he's more talented by far than Kirk Cousins, but there's always this thing, let it rip. No, let it rip, Derek. You got a pretty good arm. Does he have confidence in himself? And I think that's where Gruden really deserves credit. He's made Derek know, I'm your guy. I've got your back. I'm going to get you weapons. And they're 3-0.